The secret to building a waitlist of ideal clients and getting your sales number this quarter has almost nothing to do with being great at closing. And that's confusing for most founders, CEOs, and sales leaders because they've been told success comes from reading more books and watching more training videos, hiring the loudest guru with the biggest audience, getting better at the script, the demo, and handling objections. But in this video, I'm going to show you what it creates higher close rates and why most people are solving the problem wrong entirely. Over the last 15 years, I've worked with SaaS founders, agency owners, and sales teams across industries. I've helped people like Michael go from $5K a month to $45K a month in under a year. Helped Corey close his first six-figure deal after a year stuck at minimum wage. Helped Bridget go from a chronic ghosting problem to fully booked retreats, and her first real vacation in years. After seeing the same pattern again and again across hundreds of sales calls, I can tell you this with confidence. You can build trust and increase your close rate in a single conversation without changing your offer, your price, or your personality. So if this sounds relevant to where you are right now, watch this full video, because the difference between a pipeline full of let me think about it and a pipeline that closes is much simpler than you think. If you're watching this, you already know what's possible. You've seen people double their close rate, build a team that runs without them, take the vacation they've been putting off for years. And if you're anything like most people I talk to, part of you probably thinks, hey, that's not a natural closer. My competitors are better at this than me. Tried coaching before and it didn't work. My offer probably isn't good enough. Because of that, you quietly disqualify. But here's the truth. You do not need more leads, better demo, fancier slides, or a bigger budget to grow your sales, because the real issue isn't your marketing. The real issue is trust, and it's breaking down inside the conversation itself. And when that goes unchecked, here's what happened. Cold pitches feel cold. Close rate drifts down across the team. Your best reps burn out. And the ones who don't get promoted into management roles they were never trained for, then this turnover increases. Then the culture gets desperate. And then you start hiring better reps, thinking it's a talent problem instead of a trust problem. And before long, you start asking yourself, should I just hire someone else to handle this? Am I cut out for sales at all? So naturally, most people are thinking the answer is, let's read some more books, watch more videos. Hey, hire that agent. Let's generate some more leads. Let's just work 30% harder, doing nothing and hoping it improves on its own. But all of those lead to more debt, more self-doubt, and a feeling you're never going to make. But what if there was a better way, a way to higher close rate without chasing dead lead, without spending more on ads, and without buying another course? And yes, this works, even if you've already tried lowering your prices, switching your niche, or doing more of everything. The process comes down to a simple framework. Close with one. And when it's implemented correctly, it changes everything. Step one is building trust fast. Most people think sales is something you're either born with or not. But what actually matters is whether the person on the other end leaves you're safe to talk to. Because buyers have been burned before. They're skeptical by default. If you ignore this, you end up exhausted, working harder for worse results, and starting to wonder, is it just time to get a different job? Step two is fixing your messaging, your website, CRM, and outreach. This is where most people fail because your messaging sets the trust level before the call even begins. What you need instead is positioning that makes you the lead magnet so that prospects arrive already believing you understand their world. Because when that happens, the call starts feeling like a conversation they want to have. Step three is one-on-one coaching that changes that habit, not the script. Attention, trust, and momentum mean nothing if you go right back to your old patterns on the next call. But the real goal is shifting from salesy to trusted permanently. Let me explain. Most people think sales is about handling objections, but in reality, objections rarely show up when trust is built early. You have less than 1 minute for someone to decide whether they trust and like you. It's like being invited to a birthday party. Within moments, the host knows whether they're Had they invited you, which proves sales isn't performance. It's a relationship built on trust and rapport. Now imagine this. Instead of walking into every call feeling anxious or desperate, you feel calm, prepared. Your close rate climbs, revenue targets that used to feel out of reach start landing on schedule. You feel confident. You become someone who knows without question that you can do this. Now, technically, you could take everything I've shared and try to implement it. And some people will, but information alone doesn't create transformation. Implementation does. Iteration does. Real feedback on your actual sales call. That's why the people who get the fastest results don't just consume information. They get guidance applying it. So if you want help implementing this, here's what I've built. Inside Close with One coaching, you get done for you all reviews, where we study your actual sales call, done with you support, where Mark joins live calls alongside you, case studies showing real loss in one deals broken down, the book and the framework that teaches the full system, a messaging and CRM audit to find where deals are leaking. So instead of trying to figure this out alone, you get the best forward. This is for founders who never wanted to be in sales and CEOs whose sales teams aren't performing the way they should, who want their close rate and their teams to go up. This is not for businesses doing under 15K a month, but for people who aren't open to feedback and aren't ready to do the work. If this helped your team close even a few more deals a month, the ROI becomes obvious, because one shift in how your calls go could be the difference between a stall quarter and the vacation you've been putting off for years. Maybe you're thinking, I've tried sales coaching before and nothing worked there. But here's the difference. A trust coach sees patterns that have nothing to do with your offer or your price. It's not about saying the right words. It's about what's happening underneath the conversation. Maybe I'm not sure I'll actually do the homework. Here's the truth. This works for anyone who gives an honest effort, who follows the process. Maybe I don't think I can improve fast enough. If that's you, progress takes time. Overnight transformation is a myth, but steady compounding change is real, and it starts with the first call. Why work with me? Unlike books, courses, or hiring someone else to take sales off your plate, I come in as a trusted outsider who can see what's actually happening on your calls from the outside in. I've helped companies grow revenue into hundreds of millions, and I'm actually working with founders and sales teams across industries right every day. This continues. You lose ideal clients who are ready to buy. Your competitors keep growing. You keep earning leads you paid for. And the worst part, you may not even realize how much it's costing you, because it's actually happening quietly inside conversations you'll never hear again. If this resonates, click below and apply. We're selective about who we work with because this requires real commitment. We're looking for people ready to put in a year of consistent work, not bail after the first few months. If accepted, we'll show you exactly how this works. At this point, you have two options. Option one, keep doing what you've been doing, hope it improves, stay stuck with low close rates and a pipeline full of maybes. Option two, take action, get help, collapse the timeline, and solve this faster. If that's you, click below and apply.